Hey guys, how's it going? It's Xbox Eric. Pretty much should be because it's been a pretty big Xbox week. We got some updates and stuff, so people are slowly but surely starting to find out what the Xbox can do as far as quality of life goes and stuff like that. And I found an interesting tidbit about Xbox letting you be able to install games before you buy them. So this is actually quite interesting. It's like you're able to pre-install ahead of time, get the games you want installed on your thing, and then when it's time to buy them and access them, you can do it. So that's an actual pretty big quality of life method that Xbox is doing for its thing. So let's look at this article on Polygon. It says Xbox will let you install games before you buy them, so your game is ready to play. Yes, really, on day one. So that's big if true. So you can see somebody actually, the revamped Xbox store as it appears in the overall Xbox ecosystem changes rolling out now. So they actually changed up the way the store looks. That's nice. A new feature coming to the Xbox operating system allows players to download any game before its launch, whether they pre-ordered it from the Xbox store or not, so that games on disc are ready to go as their digital version. So man, this is a pretty good little update actually. On paper it sounds pretty enticing in my opinion. I'm a big fan of some of the stuff that Microsoft has started to do with its game capabilities and its downloads and stuff like that. Just stuff that you can do in general on it. So JerkyXP, a writer for Lords of Gaming, noted the capability on Twitter Wednesday afternoon. He activated the download using the Android version of the Xbox mobile app that's in beta right now. So here we go. He tweeted, Xbox has a new feature that allows you to download and install any game, even if you don't own it. For example, if you ordered a disc version of the game, you'll be able to preload the game before your disc arrives, meaning you can play the game the moment you insert the disc. So that's actually cool. That doesn't that allows you to avoid having to install a game on day one and having to sit there and wait. Sure, you might have to deal with a patch, like a day one patch or something, but the gist and the data off the disc are completely already out of the way. So that's good. Like, for example, Red Dead Redemption 2, that sucker took forever just to install. So to illustrate his point, he's picked up Assassin's Creed Valhalla and downloaded it without pre-ordering. Again, using the Android app. We checked on the Xbox store for the same game, couldn't find a means of preloading the game without pre-ordering it. So, I guess, doing the Android app, so what this sounds like, he's able to actually pre-order it on the Android app, but you can't preload it through the Xbox store. So it looks like the Android app is allowing you to do it for some reason, but the Xbox store is not. Here's proof that I didn't pre-order Valhalla, but I can install it through the new Xbox preload functionality. For now, you need Xbox Beta Android app to initiate the download. So maybe this is a test or some kind of beta feature that is not officially rolled out yet. Who knows? It says now I can either purchase a disc version or the digital one. Either way, the game will be ready. So he made some screenshots, and let's take a look at this. Microsoft Store recently installing it. Compare editions. So he's looking at it through here. Looks like so this is like also on the Game Pass app, so you could download to the console, and it says game sold separately. So this is showing you guys that the Android app, you're actually able to download ahead of time and install the game, pre-install it, and then when it's time to buy it, you buy it. So that's actually pretty interesting. So it says, we followed up with Microsoft, so the people that wrote here on Polygon, we followed up with a Microsoft representative to ask for more details and clarity on when and how this feature will be implemented, whether it will be for all games on the Xbox Store or only those flagged as smart delivery, which also affords buy once compatibility across the console generations. We assume this will be part of the customary large-scale update that Xbox Dashboard gets in November, but we're asking for confirmation there too. So the smart delivery thing's going to be the whole thing where you can play the Xbox One version, Xbox One X, Xbox One S, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, where the game could be played across the console generations and stuff. It's the whole thing that Xbox is kind of promoting right now. The quality of life implications here should be obvious. Every game on the Xbox One, and one assumes the next console series, must be installed to the hard drive in full, whether the player has its disc or not. The same is true for PS4. Since 2013, players have frowned at bringing home a disc from the store, waiting a long time to install it. And by the way, the day one patch usually goes with most launches today. So this is what I was saying. It's quite quite annoying, especially like with games like Red Dead and Assassin's Creed, and even like Resident Evil 3 remastered or remake had this issue where you put the disc in, you install it, and you have to sit down and wait a long time. For this console generation, Microsoft and Sony tried to take the edge off the inconvenience by requiring that all games have a ready-to-start mode for users to fiddle around with while the rest of the title installs. This has usually been a trimmed-down, demo-sized slice of the game that isn't worth the bother, especially if you can't start a career in a sports game or the main campaign and adventure. So that's when it says, like, the little notification pops up, says, ready to start. The new feature smartly addresses the unpleasant friction of waiting for installs, especially if game sizes are only getting larger. Yeah, Spider-Man Miles Morales, anyone? Furthermore, value-minded players can go ahead and get the game, wait to read its reviews or community reaction, and decide if it's worth their money. If it is, have it ready to play as soon as they click buy. So, pre-install it, have it ready to play as soon as you click buy. And if you kind of decide not to get it, you can just uninstall it. Pretty simple. So that's a pretty neat little update, actually. I'm digging that. I can't wait to try it out and see myself personally, because there's quite a bit of games coming out pretty soon, even just on the Xbox One alone, that I will definitely be checking out and playing. So honestly, sounds pretty enticing. Sounds like a good little update. I wanted to kind of give my thoughts on it. Hopefully Sony follows through with something like this as well. I think this could speed up the whole install process, you know, without having to avoid bringing the game in and having to sit there and wait sometimes for an hour or so for your game to preload and stuff. At the end of the day, just my opinions. What do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you like this feature? Does this sound like something that you can get behind? Maybe Sony and even Nintendo will jump on this bandwagon. Let me know your thoughts. Subscribe if you haven't so you can hear more stuff about Xbox, PS5, Switch, and so forth. I'm going to keep up with some updates and stuff. I appreciate y'all as always for watching. I'll see you on the next one.